Hello and welcome to the new moon video. The new moon will be happening on the 25th of September 2022, and this is a collective message for everyone. Now this new moon will have the sun and the moon in Libra. Okay, that's the new moon energy, and it's a powerful time. We on the 22nd had the equinox, which is a balancing point. And Libra is the sign of balance. It's a cardinal sign, so it initiates change, right? Change of season in this energy as well. So we are now in a point of change and balance within our lives. And when we're in Libra season, especially, and with this new moon, we are asked to look at what is imbalance in our lives. Where have we been out of balance? And if you're out of balance, you definitely feel it around a Libra new moon, where it makes it very obvious. It'll show you and give you the perspective to look at your life like, have I been working too much and not having enough me time or downtime? Have I been neglecting myself, right? Where have I been pushing too hard? Libra looks for balance. And when things are out of balance, it can be like the scales, they tip. It has a tipping point, completely out of whack. So we are looking to restore balance to our lives. Libra is a sign that rules over relationships, all types of relationships, right? Our relationship to our business partners, people we work with, our colleagues, our friends, our family, lovers, marriages, children. Libra is where we relate to others, right? It's not just the sign about love. Even though it's Venus ruled, it is the energy of connection to another person. And when we are in this new moon, we are wanting to start a new way of moving forward within our relationships. And that's by showing us where we are out of balance within our relationships. Okay, so be very honest with yourself. Take some time. Now, what's interesting about this new moon, not only has the equinox happen on 22nd, then we have the new moon. We are in a Mercury retrograde. Mercury would be retrograde in Virgo at this time. Venus, is in a Virgo, and Venus is important because Libra is ruled by Venus. So it's about how we care, how do we love within all our relationships and all the kinds of forms there are, and where are we out of balance and where do we need to adjust our scales, rectify things, see exactly where we've been putting too much energy out, right? And how do we do that? We actually have to be honest with ourselves. Have I been chasing? Have I been giving too much? Am I depleted? Am I feeling drained? Am I feeling tired? And those are the key signs to understanding when things need to truly shift. Like, okay, I either need to speak to someone, speak to the person that I feel I'm doing too much for, ask if they can pick up some of this energy, to take care of more chores, whatever that may be. Or truly, sometimes even walk away. It's a Libra new moon and it rules relationships. But it asks us to get very clear about either what needs to change. This is cardinal energy, so it's looking for change. Libra is a cardinal sign. It wants to change, it wants to move forward, right? It wants things to progress. So the energy of this new moon will look for progress. It will look at how far have we come within our relationships, what needs to change, how do we need to handle situations so that things feel balanced. You can be where you're at work and you're taking care of too much, or it can even be where, where you're working in a team and maybe you have too much on your shoulders and then you start to feel imbalanced. So, or you're in a relationship and you feel like maybe you're just giving and giving and giving and accepting a lot of apologies or accepting a lot of things you wouldn't normally accept. This is the time to set the boundaries and set, the intention of wanting things to change, it's very important that you do it during this Libra new moon. Because a month from now, right, on the 25th of October, we will have a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, and the South Node is in Scorpio, and that rules our intimacy and connection, right? So if we are now at a point of reevaluating our relationships to everything, to ourselves too. Sometimes we are very, very hard on ourselves and we don't give enough to ourselves. We don't give to our bodies. We don't give ourselves enough food. We don't give ourselves enough sleep. Skip that meal. I don't need to drink that water. I have this to do. This is where we stop and we really take care of how we are taking care of ourselves and how we are taking care of our relationships and how our relationships are taking care of us. And that's the important thing. We're looking for the give and take, the equality. That is the thing about the scales of Libra. It rules the equality. What is being reciprocated? What are we getting back? And is it worth it? And we really start assessing who are we spending our time with and why are we spending our time with them and should we be spending our time with them? These are all the energies of Libra. Should I really be spending my time with this group of people? Is it worth it? Do I really want to be here? And it can be friends, family. It doesn't have to be specifically, oh no, this is maybe a workplace situation where you even might have the idea, maybe I should change jobs or change the people I spend my time with, if it's friends and if it's family too. And that can be very emotional when it's family because, you know, we have this belief system by the world of how things look in the family. If I mention, you know, a Christmas movie or you know, something like that, we all see maybe the hardships and how everyone eventually gets along and pushes past it. But ultimately, it's also talking about where you feel out of balance and maybe you're giving too much of yourself and you can't be authentic to who you are. There's too much of people pleasing. There's too much of saying yes. There's too much asked of you. And that is where we set the boundary and we start making the decisions. And this is a very internalized process during this Libra moon. Now, as I mentioned, during this new moon, we also are in a Mercury retrograde, so we are contemplating the past and past experiences, and maybe even some past people have come into our lives, miscommunication, and it's also with Venus, because Venus is in Virgo, Mercury retrograde is in Virgo, so we're analyzing a lot because that's Virgo energy, to analyze, to really look at things, but also we are quite critical. And here's the thing, Libra is a sign that it's an air sign of communication. Now, Mercury is retrograding in the sign of Virgo. And Virgo is about, you know, sometimes it gives you the fact. It is what it is, direct kind of speech, right? Where it's like, this is not working. Whereas the Libra energy looks of a nice way of saying that something is not working. And that can really cause a bit of conflict there. The tone of which messages that others are saying to us and coming across can really be like, you know, I understand maybe what you're saying, but it's the way you said it. And that's a common theme with the Libra energy, is looking at the way something is expressed, the tone in which it's expressed, and how it's expressed, and wondering, like, in the expression of what you said, could you not be more considerate of how you're expressing it to me? And the Virgo energy is not about that. It's not. It's very factual. It's mercurial. It's Mercury ruled when it comes to Virgo. Venus in Virgo too. It's very much about what do I need to do? What do I need to take care of? Kind of energy. Now, this energy of Mercury retrograde, also some past experiences are coming through here with the Venus in Virgo, is trining Pluto in Capricorn, which is also retrograde. And this energy of Pluto is about power. Pluto is very transformative. Remember, we're still in a cardinal energy. And this energy of Pluto in Capricorn that is trining the Virgo energy wants to show us power, empowerment. And how do you do that? It lets us know where we are giving our power away and where do we need to stop doing that. Am I giving power to my fears and neglecting my hopes and dreams? Out of balance. Am I giving my power to people who put me down? Am I giving power to this relationship? Am I living your dream and not mine? Right? All the things of power, where are we giving our power away? And it can sometimes, who's manipulating me? That's also another trip there. And the thing about this energy of the trine to Pluto and Capricorn, it really is asking us, be honest with yourself. And this is where revelations of truth come about. The truth comes out. Ooh, I can see we are being manipulated here. The mask is off. I see the truth. And that can be very liberating during this Libra new moon. It gives us that perspective of what it is. Like, where is the manipulation? Where are the power struggles? Where am I having power struggles within myself? And that's when, you give it, power struggles within yourself is where you give into your fears. It's that simple. I'm not good enough. I feel like I'll never make it. I just don't value myself. Those are all fears, which is obviously related to some form of experience, emotional trauma that has gone and happened within you, where you start feeling these things. It's an experience. And that's why Pluto is such a transformative energy, that it transforms us like the phoenix through the pain, right? You gotta go through the ending. And that's also why Pluto is related to endings so much. And that's why during this Libra new moon, it's a perfect time to manifest. Yes, to set the intentions, because we gain the perspectives. Pluto is giving us the clarity about the power plays and power dynamics within our lives. And because it's trining Virgo energy with the Mercury in retrograde and the Venus in Virgo, we have the ability to be quite analytical about it, a matter of fact, right? So that's the energy that's happening there. And the one also very important thing that's happening is that the Sun and Moon are opposite Jupiter in Aries, another cardinal sign. And this is showing us exactly where we're putting too much energy outside of ourselves and where we need to bring the energy back, right? It's opposite you. It's dealing with the opposite of you, and it's focusing more on self. And Jupiter is a beautiful energy because it gives you wisdom. It's also luck and prosperity. So sometimes it can even bless you, where someone outside of you is giving you some words of wisdom or gives you an opportunity. So opportunities can come through out of some truths that we need to accept during this new moon. Thank you so much for watching. Do like, and there is a link down below. You can also comment down below. There'll be a link for appreciation of these videos and a link for readings as well. Thank you.